This is my invisible gun 9000. It costs 9,000. That's why it's called the 9000.
C7 Viper.
Hello, good morning and happy birthday. Glad you could make it. We are going to go over the most expensive airsoft guns that I have managed to come across and add to my collection over the years. First, I gotta touch on this right away. This is not a store. This is my personal collection. It's just displayed really well because my wife is very picky. I have to display it nicely or I can't display it at all. So nothing here is for sale. Everything is my own personal item, and we're just gonna dive into it right away, going from least expensive all the way up to the most expensive airsoft replicas that I have. Quite a few of them in the collection are $500 to $600 in value, maybe a little more, but the lowest one in this list is gonna start at about $750, and we're gonna go from there. The ones that are $400, $500, $600, yeah, they're cool and all, but we're looking for the ones that hit the stratosphere. Now, when it comes to total value, I'm going off of what it would sell for currently. I'm not gonna really include too many upgrades because that doesn't add too much to the value unless it makes sense to the replica itself. So first, we're gonna start with this. Ugh. This is a big one. This one is the Echo One M240 Bravo. This is the first 240 Bravo that came out. Now there is a cheaper one on the market by S&T, which is actually above my head right now. But this is the original 240 Bravo from Echo One. I feel like this one is a little bit better quality. It's built better, just overall worth more. I can say that because I have both and I can compare them, and I like this one more. Originally, this was $750 brand new. Since then, they have been discontinued, and I can't find one that has sold within the past year anywhere online. So I would value this at least $750, if not more, if you can track one down. Now, it does have a box mag, but I have it taken off for ease of handling right now because the box mag mounts to the side and is a little unwieldy. But everything on here is full metal. This thing is very heavy, and I'm getting weighed down right now just trying to explain it. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Just kidding. It is very heavy, but I'm not gonna actually fall down. Got the folding bipod, the carry handle that I would not carry it by, and it can definitely put some BBs downrange. Not to mention, I do have a fusion engine to put into this from Polar Star. I just haven't done it yet because I haven't been able to bring myself to completely desecrate this. Maybe I'll put it in the S&T, I'm not sure yet. But I'm not including that Polar Star in the value estimate. I'm just going off of how it stands right now. So that's why it is number 7 on the list of most expensive airsoft pews that I have. Next up is actually closer than you think, and it's not as heavy. It is this KWA gas blowback Chris Vector. These seldom come up on the secondary market, and when they do, it's usually for about $600 or $700. But what makes mine worth just a tad more than that is what I've done to it. I did say I'm not going to include too many upgrades unless it makes sense with the platform. And these are actual Chris Vector upgrades right here on the front. We have the integrated flashlight that's built directly into the Vector itself with the pressure switch that mounts right to the grip. And this on the front barrel gives it a power-up FPS bump because it's got a barrel running all the way through it. That's pretty impressive. And that is made specifically for the Vector itself, so that's why I add value to it, because that would be going along with it if I sold. I'm not going to. Also, you may notice in the mag, there is a CQB Russia tap. I have about 8 mags, half of which are HPA tapped, and then half are standard green gas mags. When these sell, the more mags you have, the more value it brings in. So if you have a lot with a bunch of mags, it's gonna go for more. That's why I value this at about between $750 and $1,000. Plus, these things are just really fun to use. There's nothing like getting that kick from the GBB. That's why this is number 6 on the list of most expensive airsoft pews that I've got. Next on the list is number 5. That would be this, the Real Sword Dragunov. A quick history lesson when it comes to Real Sword. They made their pews as close to real as they could without actually being real. This is full metal and full real wood with a PSO scope on top. And Real Sword has since gone out of business. They no longer make anything airsoft. So if you can find anything Real Sword, it's gonna come with a hefty price tag. This is an AEG version. All Real Swords were, and I would value this, I'd say $1,000 to $1,200. $1,200. There's only one that has sold recently, and that was for about $1,200. Mine's seen some use because I actually use my pews. I don't just hang them on a wall and look at them. I have used this on the field quite a bit. That's why you can see some beautiful surface rust, but hey, to me, that just adds to the look. And that's why this one is number 5 on the most expensive airsoft pews that I have.
Because expensive means heavy.
Expensive doesn't always mean heavy.
What? Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Look at this. This one is one of the most expensive on this list, and it is just a Glock. This is a standard Glock, but it's inside of a Magpul FPG kit. And what is FPG, you ask? FPG stands for folding pocket gun. It's literally a briefcase that flings out and it becomes a Glock PDW. To fold it, you press in on this little thing, you press on the button on the back, that folds forward, and then you lift up here, folding that down, and it all locks into place. And then the most fun part is when you hit this charging handle while it's folded into its little briefcase, all of a sudden you got a hidden airsoft pew. These have been discontinued for quite some time. There have been rumors that eventually they're gonna come back, but currently they're not on the horizon. That's why if you can find one, they're gonna be very expensive. This one tends to go for about $1,200. That's a lot for a pistol, but the collectors that want them just gotta have them. I have also seen a pink version, and I think there might be a white one out there somewhere too. They do take Glock mags. This has got an extendo that fits right up into it when it folds all together. Now, when you got this one new, it did not come functioning. You had to get a Glock yourself and put the slide in it. Again, I value this one at about $1,200. That number may come down in the future if they decide to re-release this, but I wouldn't hold your breath because that's dangerous. And that's why this is number 4 on the list of most expensive airsoft pews. Next on the list is one of my favorites. I've always wanted one and ended up with one finally, thanks to our friend Carl. This is a Systema. Just the word Systema sounds like money. I know they don't rhyme, but in airsoft, if you hear a Systema, you know it's a Systema, and you know that that person has spent a good amount of money on that airsoft rifle. They make a weird distinct sound. It's like chirp chirp. Carl's version was no different. He spared no expense, much like Jurassic Park, when it came to his build. Just a stock Systema PTW would go for about $1,000. That wasn't enough for him. He decided to put a fully licensed Noveske metal body, a full Knights Armament rail system, and an aim point sight that I'm pretty certain is not a replica. This is an Aimpoint Comp M4, and if it's real, it's worth a good bit also. It also came with a ton of these Magpul P mags, which are proprietary to a Systema. You can't just use any old M4 mag, it won't fit. It just won't work without them. And you can't use just one. It's like Pringles. So with everything on this, everything included, the stack of mags that we've got, I'd say this is valued at around $1,200 to $1,500 conservatively, depending on the market. There's not a ton of people that are knocking down doors to get Systemas, but there will always be a place for a Systema PTW, especially when it comes to people that want to spend money. That's what makes this my 3rd most expensive airsoft pew in the collection.
Plus, I feel like a cool guy when I'm using it.
I know what you've been thinking this whole time. When are we gonna get to that big, massive gun? The BMG? Yeah, this one.
Oh.
It's also a very heavy one, so I'm gonna leave it sitting right there because I'm already tired. This is Deadpools Gun. This is an HPA Polar Star Barrett 50 cal. It has an F2 inside of it. Everything has been done to it. This thing can reach out and punch you from across a football field. This is a very powerful airsoft sniper. Plus, I mean, it's Deadpool's gun. That makes it valuable right there. It has been completely customized inside and out, from the blood splatter paint job to the little sayings all throughout. I have used this one time for target practice, and it shot so far I lost sight of where the BB went after a while, and I can't wait to field it for a video in a full field game. We will go more in depth on this build later on, but for now, I just wanted you guys to be able to see. This is one of the most expensive airsoft pews I have ever purchased. The value of this is sitting right around $1,500. Deadpool would be proud. But I'm gonna need everyone to line up because I didn't bring that many BBs. And it doubles as a home gym. Because it's really heavy, guys. It's all metal. So that's why it's number 2 on the list of most expensive pews I've got. But we've got to get to the most expensive pews. And I'm going to do that right now. I'm back. And I've got 2 pews. And I know 2 of them, that's cheating. But each one of these individually is probably worth more than all the other ones I've showed you. Not combined, because that would be ridiculous, but just regular. These are Tokyo Marui high Kappas. And how could we have a most expensive build video without showing you high Kappa builds? That would be preposterous! We can't. And that's why we aren't. We're showing you high Kappas. But not just any high Kappas. This is the C7 Viper Custom Tokyo Marui high Kappa. And these are by Full Auto Airsoft. We've got the Mr. C7 Viper, and then over here, we've got the Mrs. C7 Viper. These have been completely tricked out from top to bottom. The slides, the barrels, you got a flared mag well, everything is Cerakoted and engraved to say C7 Viper. And on the reverse side is my logo. They are in matching colors, but mirrored. Whatever is green on hers is blue on mine, and vice versa. When it comes to building a high Kappa, your wallet is essentially the limit. As much as you can spend, you can pour into a high Kappa. You can have gold-plated everything. You can have all of it be completely custom, and nothing remains from the original high Kappa build, which is kind of ridiculous. Inside parts, outside parts, the works. How much are these worth, you ask? Well, I'm gonna tell you, because otherwise that wouldn't be a very good money video, would it? Each one of these, at a rough estimate, could be about $1,500 for one airsoft pistol. You mean really? $1,500? Don't you mean for both? No, I don't mean for both. I mean one. Just this one airsoft pistol I am currently holding is about $1,500. That's more than any of the other airsoft guns I've showed you in this entire video in this cute little package. So it is a husband and wife matching set of custom high Kappas. This set is about $3,000 in value for both. That's ridiculous. I should note, even down to the mag is Cerakoted. On the bottom, the mag plate has green so that when it goes in, green and blue, my favorite colors. We will do another video in the future going in depth more on these 2 builds right here. For now, this is the most expensive airsoft gun in my entire collection. I mean, I think it deserves that title. Look at it, it's amazing. Hers is probably worth a little more because it's got love in it. And that's not even the most you can spend on an airsoft gun. You can trick it out and have a $3,000 high Kappa by itself. There are tons more airsoft guns in the world that are way more expensive than this. There's some that are 6 feet long, Chris Vectors, that are worth about $5 grand. I don't have that one yet, Evic. Why not? There's all gold airsoft guns. There's all sorts of things that you can think of. The sky's the limit. Well, your bank account's really the limit. But that was everything that I've got in my collection that I think is worth a pretty penny.
Doll hairs.
So many doll hairs.
A whole head of them.
A whole head of doll hairs. So that is it. And please, in the comments below, let me know what's your most expensive airsoft gun, or what's the most expensive one you've ever seen. Just go ahead and get to typing in the comments below. We'll have a chat about it. Don't forget to join the team by subscribing. You never know, you could be the next one to win an airsoft gun in one of our giveaways. Like it if I made you laugh, because I will do it again. And guys, thank you for being here. It really means a lot. And now we're at the end of the video. That means that it's Mrs. Viper's Questions and Passwords Corner. And I'm not yelling this time. Please give them a question and or password to prove that they've made it this far into the video.
So since you already asked them a question, I'm going to make them misspell words on purpose in their comment to show that they've watched this long.
So there's gonna be a comment section chock full of misspellings. We're all gonna look like the most crazy commenters. I'll join in. I'll misspell some things too.
It doesn't have to be every word, but also make it so we can read it.
There's gonna be some people misspelling things so bad that I can't read it. Alright guys, have fun in the comments. I'll see you on the next one. And here's some literature for you to read about high Kappas. I gotta get on the elevator and go. Boop! Oh no!